Then, indeed, at that time, in that assembly, the teacher and expounder called Kaundinya, a Brahmin, together with numerous thousands of Brahmins, did an act of homage to the Lord. And having heard the great report of the Tathagata's complete nirvana, he at once fell before the Lord's feet and said to the Lord, "If, in fact, the Lord is compassionate toward all beings, long-suffering, desirous of their welfare, the parent of all beings, unequaled, moon-like light dispenser, risen like the great sun of wisdom and knowledge, if you look upon all beings as if upon your son Rahula, grant me one boon." The Lord remained silent. Then, by the Buddha's power in that assembly, a Litsavi prince, waxing eloquent, spoke thus to the teacher and expounder Kaundinya. "Why ever do you, great Brahmin, beseech the Lord for one boon? I myself grant it to you." The Brahmin said, "For the sake of honoring the Lord, Litsavi prince, I wish to have a relic of the Lord the size of a grain of mustard, a particle of relic for my possession. Thus it is heard, if one has honored a relic the size of a grain of mustard, one obtains lordship over the 33 gods. Listen, Litsavi prince, to the excellent Suvarnabhasottamasutra, which is difficult for all Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas to perceive, difficult to understand. He will make manifest the excellent Suvarnabhasottamasutra, fully accompanied by such characteristics and virtues. Just so, O Litsavi prince, is the excellent Suvarnabhasottamasutra difficult to perceive, difficult to understand, especially for us Brahmins dwelling in borderlands. The relic the size of a grain of mustard is to be placed in a box. I beseech you for this boon, that beings may very quickly obtain lordship over the 33 gods. Why then, Litsavi prince, should one not wish to ask for a relic of the Tathagata the size of a grain of mustard, so that by placing it and depositing it in a box for relics, one may obtain lordship over the 33 gods for all beings? Thus, O Litsavi prince, I have asked for this boon." Then the Litsavi prince replied in verse to the teacher and expounder Kaundinya the Brahmin. "When in the waters of the Ganges white lilies grow, when crows become red, cuckoos too close to the color of the conch, when the rose apple tree produces the fruit of the palm, and the date tree mango blossoms, then a relic the size of a grain of mustard there will clearly be. When from tortoise hairs there should be a well-made cloak removing the cold in winter, then there will be a relic. When from gnats' eggs there should be a well-made tower, firm and unmoving, then there will be a relic. When there arise in all leeches sharp, big, white teeth, then there will be a relic. When from hare's horns there should be a well-made ladder for the purpose of climbing up to heaven, then there will be a relic. When a mouse, having climbed up this ladder, should eat the moon and should vex Rahu, then there will be a relic. When flies, having drunk a pot of wine, wander about the village and make their dwelling in a house, then there will be a relic. When the ass, possessed of a lip red as bimba fruit, should be happy and skilled in dancing and singing, then there will be a relic. When the owl and the crow, having gone to a lonely place, should enjoy themselves together in mutual harmony, then there will be a relic. When from the leaves of the palasa tree there should be a very firm umbrella for protection against the rain, then there will be a relic. When ocean-going ships fitted with oars and sails should ascend the dry land and proceed, then there will be a relic. When owls should go off taking in their beak the Ganhamadana mountain, then there will be a relic. When he had heard these verses, the teacher and expounder, Kaundinya, the Brahmin, replied to the Litsavi prince with the verses, "Bravo, bravo, best prince! Buddha-son, great speaker, skilled in expedients, hero, best of those who have obtained prophecy to enlightenment. Listen to me, prince, concerning the inconceivable majesty, in due order, of the world's protector, the Savior, the Tathagata. Inconceivable is the Buddha sphere, and unequaled are the Tathagatas. All the Buddhas are always benevolent. All the Buddhas behave perfectly. All the Buddhas have the same appearance. This is the normal condition among Buddhas. This Lord Tathagata is not created and has not arisen. His body that is as hard as the thunderbolt manifests his transformed body, and hence there is nothing called a relic of the great sage, even the size of a grain of mustard. How will there be a relic in a body without bone or blood? The depositing of a relic is by an expedient on account of the welfare of beings. For the body of the law is the one fully enlightened. The sphere of the law is the Tathagata. Such is the Lord's body. Such the exposition of the law. This I heard and knew, for the boon was asked by me, and the conversation was instigated by me for the sake of elucidating the truth. Then, indeed, 32,000 gods, having heard this profound explanation of the Tathagata's measure of life, all raised their resolves to supreme and perfect enlightenment. The thoughts of their mind gladdened. With the sound of a united voice, they spoke the verse, "The Buddha does not enter complete nirvana, and the law does not disappear. For the ripening of beings does he teach complete nirvana. The Lord Buddha is inconceivable. The Tathagata has an eternal body. He shows various manifestations by reasons of the welfare of beings." Then, indeed, the Bodhisattva Ruchiraketu, having heard this explanation of the measure of life of the Lord Shakyamuni in the presence of those Lord Buddhas and of those two good men, was pleased, joyful, delighted, rejoicing, full of joy and gladness, and became filled with noble bliss. While this explanation of the measure of the life of the Tathagata was being given, the resolve of innumerable, incalculable beings was raised to perfect enlightenment, and those Tathagatas disappeared. So ends the second chapter, the chapter on the measure of life of the Tathagata, in the excellent Suvarnabhasa, King of Sutras.